I really didn't know what to expect other than I was hoping this would be an opportunity to learn more about how to help our kids with Common Core, which we've heard a lot about.
Or new math. We hear a lot about
new math.
I hear a lot of friends that have older kids in school that say that the way they teach math now isn't the same that we were taught. So that's part of the reason that we wanted to learn more about that. So when the kids come up to us with math questions, it's nice to be able to
Sure.
know what to tell them or how to help them.
Right, and to his point, for our daughter in second grade math, we weren't able to make a connection to help her understand simple addition and subtraction. And it blew my mind that it wasn't connecting, and the understanding the new math and the Common Core is what's being taught. I knew that we needed to somehow find a way to get on the same page. And it was exciting to know that this was an opportunity like that. I had no idea that it would help us learn so much too, but we got more than what we expected. We both were very impressed with the, it opened up a door to give us a new process to formulate mathematical equations. I mean, we instantly learned with relative ease how to take everyday problems and situations and formulate it into an equation in our mind, and then bring that to the kids and to each other. It's a completely different approach to mathematics that isn't scary anymore, which when we didn't understand it was frustrating, but it's really, I don't know how to, it's just very cutting edge, very modern, very different.
And the kids even get more excited, even, on the days upcoming to, like Thursday was a class, and the kids are always wondering what day's Thursday, when are we going, They were excited to go, and and we try to implement it because it got our brains more into the math aspect, where we try to challenge the kids in everyday, things like miles on trips, or, like I've been doing some cooking with Elizabeth with fractions and cups and stuff, so we try to implement it that way.
Okay.
I was learning like a bunch of new addition problems, and I was learning fractions and subtraction and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And was that exciting? I mean, was it helping you learn it in a way that you hadn't?
And it was also a very fun math class for me to be in.
That's great. So what made it fun?
Well, it had some fun like math problems to figure out, and I had a lot of helpers to help me out, and it was a...
If one of your friends was maybe thinking about going into the MAPPS program, what would you tell them? Would you say it's a good idea?
Yeah, I'd say it's a great idea.
Well, actually, we already have suggested and recommended the program to family and friends during the class and since we've taken the class, simply for the tools it's opened our eyes to, and the process that we've learned to help our kids. Her struggles in math in second grade and the first part of third grade have virtually disappeared after the program. Number one, we're connecting so much better on helping her understand how to do them, and then number two, she's just picked it up on her own, and
we both work full time, and the spare time for us is valuable, so I'd like to think that when we do something like this that it's beneficial, and I can't think of a better way to invest time than to invest in the knowledge of the kids. That, I mean, like Lynn said, it can't hurt. It gets them thinking about math, it gets them in a classroom setting, to get to meet other kids, and there wasn't anything bad about it. The teachers were great. They had college kids in helping, which helps them in, you know, their studies, so it was great.
We also learned as parents, as individuals, how it's okay to come up with different ways to the answer. That was a huge piece for us, because we're noticing how, well, with her, you know, she'll come to the answer in perhaps a process that wouldn't be my first suggestion, or vice versa with him, but he and I learned how tremendously different our minds work and how we think, and we will come up with an equation that we still have the same answer. So I struggled in math all my life, and it's so exciting to see that I don't think she's going to, and you know, that's a pretty powerful thing, and you know, we have those foundation, those building blocks for our son too. I could not be happier with the results, and frankly, actually, we're going to take the class every time. And again, with us not connecting with where she was getting stuck in her mind, it would just frustrate all of us. More than once, on many occasions, I can remember we would almost tag team trying to help her through it, because it was just really frustrating. Then with MAPPS, we were able to take challenge problems and simply verbalize it to her in such a manner at the table where she would come up with the answer before anything even had to be written down. So it was a really exciting development, and I actually shared that experience in class one day, and that was one of the first few weeks. So it was just almost a light switch that went on for us as a family.
I almost wish that we would have been able to get into the class when Elizabeth was William's age,
For
because
sure.
William's, you know, and it probably helps with Elizabeth with her math problems, where he sees what she does, and he's doing third grade math.
Yes.
Because that's, you know, and like when we you know, ask a question, sometimes he's just as quick as she is with a math problem.
They're very,
which, you know, and he doesn't have the problems, you know, doesn't get frustrated with the math, you know, like she used to when she couldn't figure it out. So I think he's, you know, through that, learning that it's easier.
He's already, yeah, the foundation for him has been laid before he even gets involved in trying to understand how to problem solve. He's already got the building blocks to approach it in a much different process than we did growing up, and then what we were trying to help her understand.
It was interesting to see the different types of people in the class also. There were math teachers.
My doctor.
One of Lynn's doctors was in the class. So it's, you know, it's for everybody. I mean,
It was well, and the pizza. I'm so happy she didn't talk about the pizza, because that was her favorite
and
part.
it wasn't like they expected you to know everything or to learn it, you know, as they were teaching it. I mean, you know, it was a kind of, you work on your own pace, and if you had a question, there was definitely somebody around to help you, or to help you figure it out, or show you how to figure it out. But there was no like high expectation for you to learn it, or
we were allowed to make mistakes.
Yeah.
And you never felt pressure or embarrassment or humiliation, even though we're in a room with you know,
math teachers.
Well, yeah, professors, doctors. Yeah, we never felt like we weren't all on the same page, going towards the same goal. That was a really. She was going from, you know, her scores would be like in the 50s, and now she's high 80s.
That's great.
Yeah, that's
Good job.
average.
That's great. You proud of yourself? Yeah.
And it's not such a struggle with homework too, to get her to
night and day.
apply herself. Us being maybe a little older parents than your typical parents with kids this age, I just want to say that there's nothing better you can do with your time than invest in your
I would
kids.
just like to say, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Thank you for offering it, and for the time and the resources that were pulled together to give families like us at a very affordable, you know, positive, the opportunity to experience and to be a part of helping us help our children. And there's really tremendous gratitude.